everyone, it's Bea here at Little Miss Bea Crafts. I hope you're all well today. Today I've come on to show you the Altenew magazine. It's been out probably for about 3 or 4 weeks now, I think, and I got it from my local supermarket, and I happen to have a voucher as well, so I got it a bit cheaper than what it was in the shop. So yeah, as you probably, well, you may not know, but I love Altenew stamps, and I do love Altenew. I think they do some beautiful stamps, and when I saw that they had a magazine out, I thought I can't wait for that to go half price, because that will just sell out. Normally I buy magazines half price from Craft Stash when they're on offer, most of my paper crafting magazines, because they do have a lot on offer, but when I know that there's going to be one out that's going to sell quite quickly, then I do pay. I will buy it straight away. So yeah, so this is it comes in a box. I'm sorry I've got rid of the box, and I have already made stuff with it, so that's why it's a bit you know, bits and pieces have been cut out and things, but hey. So this is the magazine, so you get this magazine, and it's full of tips and lots of inspiration from different designers. There's also other Altenew stamps in there, that you know, if you've got Altenew stamps and you want to use them. The wedding ideas, this stamp set that I'll show you is lovely for wedding ideas actually. There's obviously gift tags, there's lots and lots of different things in here, lots of inspiration, lots of ideas to try and make with the kit that you get. You can see it's absolutely loaded, not many kind of advertisements or anything like that. It is a lot of you know, a lot of ideas in there. 67, there we go, there's 67 ideas, and with this you get a stencil. So this is and it is proper Altenew quality as well. It's not, you know, it's what you would expect if you were getting this from Altenew. It is a very good stencil. You also get this beautiful stamp set, and I'm sure that they do actually sell this. I think it's Modern Blooms this is called, and it's a beautiful layering stamp set. I haven't actually layered it yet. The one I'm going to do today is just a watercolour using this one here, the outline stamp, but as you can see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers to this stamp, and then you've got a little bunch of flowers here. You've got the middles of the flowers as well, and you've got some leaves and some 1, 2, 3, 4 sentiments as well to go with it. You also get some papers in there. Oh, and you get the die, sorry, you get the die to cut out the flower, the leaves, and this little floral bit here as well. So you get loads in here, and then you've got this magazine with lots of lovely papers. As you can see, I've already started making things with this. They're just beautiful. You can obviously use your dies to cut these leaves out if you didn't want to stamp them. You've got all these flowers here as well that you can just use your die to cut out with. Some beautiful papers. That green is beautiful, isn't it? It's like a teal blue. Yeah, so it's absolutely jam-packed, this magazine, and like I said, I did get mine for £5 cheaper because I had a voucher for the actual supermarket, but it was £12.99. You get toppers as well, and this is like an envelope kind of, you know, to put on your envelope if you were sending an envelope. Beautiful papers, and some more toppers there as well, same. So there's 2 of each sheet. There's another topper set, and you get all these sentiments as well. So there's lots and lots in this magazine. Like I say, it was £12.99 in the shops. I just noticed today when I looked on Craft Stash were selling it, but they seem to have sold out. So maybe look in your supermarkets, it might still be in supermarkets, but I did think it would sell out quite quickly. So yeah, so see if you can pick it up anywhere, you might be able to. But today I'm going to make a card, and this is the card that I have made, and I think it's come out really beautiful. I love it, I love the effect. So basically, like I said, I've used the outline stamps, and then I've done some watercolouring. I've used stencil for the background, I've used the sentiment, thank you sweet friend. The sentiment was hello sweet friend. So basically I've just cut this cut the hello off, still got it there, made sure I got it because it was only a little one, and then I've just put thank you in front of sweet friend, and I love the mixture of those two fonts as well. And then I've just laid it all onto a card, and I just think it's a beautiful card. I really do. I love the colours of it. So I'm going to do this one today, but I'm changing the colours around. I'm going to do some greys and blues instead of the greens, and see what that one looks like. So, but this is basically the card that I'm going to be making. Okay, so we'll need the stencil first of all, and what I've done is I have got a piece of watercolour card that is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. I'm making a smaller card as well today, and I have my card blank here which is 5 by 5. So basically my watercolour card, I've cut 1/8 of an inch, so I've got 1/8 of an inch little border all the way around my card. Okay, so card blank and this, and then you will need some extra watercolour card to do your flowers and leaves on. I've already stamped my sentiment and put it on the plaque just like I did on the other one. I'm using these inks. I've got Eyes Ink Pigment Acid Free, which is a grey ink. It has come out kind of like a, it looks grey on there, but it has come out like a grey brown, which I'm fine with. And then I'm going to be using Faded Jeans Distress Oxide ink for watercolouring with, and I'll show you a technique to get a faded look. Okay, so they're the things, they're the inks that I'm going to be using. I've also got my Perfect Medium, you can, you know, an embossing ink, you will need an embossing ink, and I've got some white Wow, opaque bright white regular Wow embossing powder here, and I've got my little brush as well, my little blending brush to blend with. Okay, I might even use the bigger one actually. Excuse me. I still seem to have this little bit of a gravelly throat. I think it is just hay fever again. It's been really hot and humid. We had a really big thunderstorm here last night in Manchester. Very, very spectacular. It absolutely threw it down last night, yesterday, and today we've had a few showers today, but it's just very humid. So we might probably have a few, maybe another thunderstorm later, but yeah, big thunderstorm last night, very spectacular. Okay, so let's get on with this. So I'm going to use this brush, I think, actually. Let me just make sure it's clean. I'm just going to put it on that. I've just got a wet baby wipe here, so I'm just putting it on there just to make sure that there's no other. Give it a good clean. Okay, so I'm using this this leaf here. There's lots of different leaves on this stencil, but I'm using this one, which is the one that I used before. I really like this one. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just get my Eyes Ink, just get my blender brush, and these were makeup, and I'm just holding it down, just making sure that, just make sure that you don't go over this bit here, and I'm just basically blending, putting that on, and then with the little one I'm just making it a little bit darker in those centre bits and on the side. Okay, so there you go. And this is a pigment ink, so it will dry quite opaque, whereas the other ink that I used was a dye-based ink, a water-based ink. So yeah, so I'm just going to go around and use these. Just, you know, some of it just needs to come. I'm just going to put some of them, you know, just so it's, might put that sideways on, so it's a nice, So yeah, just going to do this. Just try and keep hold of it. It's just because there's not a lot of space here to be able to hold on to it. So I'm just going to go all the way around this now, making a frame. Okay, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So here's the panel that I've just stenciled on. Like I say, it's more of a brownie ink, brownie grey, isn't it, that I've used, but I like it, and I really love that stencil. The leaf is beautiful. I've just kind of done the middle here because the flowers will probably hide most of this in the middle. Yeah, so I've just kind of done it darker around the edges and then gradually done a little bit of a variant in the middle, and then around the edges here just these little ones there and there, just a little bit less, not as deep. So yes, that's the back of the panel, so that's that done. So now I'm going to move on to, I'm just going to cut this down a bit because it's a bit big. Again, watercolour paper, and it's nothing, it's just, this is just cheap kind of hobby craft. It's nothing expensive. So I'm going to do the flower first. I'm going to do 3 of the flowers. So I've just got my clear embossing ink here. Okay, probably won't be able to see this very well until we put the until I actually put the paint on it as well. So yeah, but just pressing down. I'm not doing it in a stamp position just because I think it's just as easy to do it with this, and it can get a little bit thin because you can't see where you have actually done it. So yeah, and then all I'm going to do is just, and I'm going to put my heel on it as well because I'm just going to really press that down, because when I know that when I did it previously, some of these outer ones didn't come out very well. So I'm stamping it through. That's better. I'm going to stamp it 3 times the flower and 4 times the leaves, and then all I'm going to do is just put my white embossing powder over it. We can see this again, just pressing it down with the heel. Even though it's the outline stamp, there is quite a bit of detail in it, so you know you do need to get that. Okay, and then all I'll do is just might need to do that one again because it doesn't look as though it's caught the ink very well. This one definitely has. So yeah, just white embossing powder over this now, and just heat emboss it. And I'll do the leaves as well. Yeah, not come out too bad, they've all come out. So I'm just going to go and heat this up, and then I shall come back and show you the watercolouring. So I've done the the leaves, and I've done them in the grey. So I don't know if you can see. When we cut them out you'll see them better, but obviously the white ink resists, so it's really good for watercolouring because you know you can't make really that many mistakes. So yes, I'll cut those out afterwards, or you know, die cut them out later. So that was the thing. Now these are the flowers, and what I've done is I've put some of the faded jeans onto just a stamping you know, stamping block. Couldn't think of the word there. Onto a stamping block, and I'm just going to show you how I'm going to now this is going to be quite difficult. I don't know if you can actually see. Can you see the actual flower? Okay, so I'm going to work on a petal at a time. So I'm starting with this great big petal here, and what I'm going to do first of all is just wet the whole area of that petal, just with some clean water. Even I can't see it now. Quite a bit of water you want on each of these petals. You don't have to be really, you know, really precise. It really is just it, and it gives such a lovely effect. Then on to your faded jeans, and all you're going to do, I'm going to start in the middle here, and I'm just going to dot the ink, okay, right in the centre there. And as you can see, it's travelling up through the water where we put the water before. It's actually travelling up through. And I just love the effect that it makes. I just love the you know, what you want to do is make sure that you've got the actual the centre of this is where you've got your darkest, and you'll get a different effect every time. It just depends where you've put your water. And if you want it to travel, so you want it to go a little bit more here because you're not wet it enough, just put, you know, just help it along, okay, and you get these beautiful effects. Isn't that gorgeous? You see that? So I'm just going to carry on each of the petals now, just wetting them. Make sure you get quite a bit of water on there so that your ink can travel. Then go straight down to the bottom there. Just wipe that off a little bit. Wet this enough, this one, because it's not travelling. There we go, water's got to it now, so hopefully that will, like I say, just put a little bit of ink on your brush if you want it to travel just that little bit more, you know. The effect you're trying to do is to get the darker bits in the middle here, and again with this one, doesn't matter if you've got the blue on you know. Again, pick your faded jeans up from the centre, and as you can see, I'm really not, you know, making. I'm just letting the water actually move the colour. Like I say, if you then want to move it a little bit more yourself, just take your brush and flick. It's kind of, you know, travelling as well. Then, you know, later on, if you want it even darker later on, you can always let's just see where I can see it here. You can always add more paint, you know, once it's dried. You can add more paint. I'm just going to do it like that. You know, just put your paint, sorry, your ink's not your paint, put your ink just at the corners there, and then it will travel. I just love, look at the effect of that, isn't that beautiful? It just looks like, you know, like you get nature when, you know, the fadedness of the petals and how it's different gradients and things like that. Then in the middle you can, you know, you could put yellow if you wanted in the middle. It's up to you what you want to, where you want the colours. To add more colours to this. And if it has gone on the actual embossing, you can always get that to rub off later, because it, you know, it's plastic, isn't it? The embossing powder's gone like a plastic, so it does resist. That's beautiful, look at that. And like I say, if you want to go in a bit later on and do, you know, make it a little bit darker, then you can do, but that's what, and I'll decide what I'm going to do in the middle. I think I might put yellow or something in the middle, I'll see, or I might just do a darker, might do the grey again, but we'll see. Okay, so that's the first flower, so I'll go and do the rest of the flowers and then I'll come back and show you. So this is the finished card. As you can see, because it was a smaller version of this one, I've only put 2 of the flowers on, and I've put the thank you sweet friend down here. I really like it. It's different, the flowers, the colours are different for what I'd normally use. I think the flowers have come out really nicely. Yeah, I love it. It's totally different to this one. This one's bright, you know, tropical colours, nice and bright, a bigger card, but this one, I still like it. It's still, yeah, I wouldn't have chosen these colours, but I think they go really well together. Yeah, as you can see, by doing that wet watercolour and putting the water around it and then just putting the ink here, it gives it that graduated petal look. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video today. If you have got this card kit, then maybe give these a go. If not, then have a look for the card kit and see if you can find it. Like I say, they make some beautiful cards. Altenew stamps are absolutely gorgeous. I love them, and they do produce beautiful stamps, and you can get some beautiful cards from them. So yeah, so thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't done already. I've got 72 subscribers now. I didn't have that many, so yeah, so let's see if we can get it to 100. That would be great. And I know it's only small, but for me, I do appreciate every single one. Thank you so much for subscribing if you have done, and if you haven't, please subscribe, hit the notification button. Yeah, and hopefully you will join me next time. So thank you for today. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care, stay safe, and thank you for watching today. Bye.